This country name is Japan, but everything you see on the surface here is an absolute illusion. Step into the dazzling, neon-drenched streets of Shinjuku or Shibuya and your eyes will adjust to a hyper-futuristic, flawless metropolis. Massive digital screens tower 50 feet high, silent bullet trains glide effortlessly on elevated tracks, and millions of quiet, perfectly disciplined citizens move in absolute harmony through spotless subway stations. The world looks at this island nation and sees the peak of human technological achievement, a safe, ultramodern paradise of bullet trains, peaceful ancient shrines, and polite society. But right beneath this pristine, highly polished exterior lies a completely parallel universe. A quiet, devastating social crisis is unfolding in total secrecy where entire towns are vanishing from the map, abandoned ancestral lands are reclaimed by the wild, and the brutal reality of isolation runs entirely out of sight of the luxury tourists. This is the raw untold story of the hidden ghost villages, the rigid societal pressures, and the secret struggles that the modern shrines never want you to see. To understand the actual power and silent shifts running this landscape, you have to look completely away from the glowing neon tourist districts. While global media focuses on Tokyo's booming tech sector and high-end fashion hubs, the entire demographic fabric of the country has shifted into a hyper-isolated reality. If you walk past the crowded tourist crossings into the dark back alleys of the megacity, you will find a covert world of 24-hour internet cafes, capsule apartments, and hidden digital refuges. This is not a place for corporate career climbs or traditional family structures. This is the beating heart of a new, completely detached generation, an alternative class of young people who have completely withdrawn from the high-pressure demands of the traditional workforce, choosing to live entirely in virtual spaces, communicating through encrypted online avatars and surviving on temporary gig tasks managed through secure mobile networks. The system operating inside these digital sanctuaries runs entirely on virtual connections and automated services, completely bypassing the old-fashioned corporate ladder. Inside these tiny, cubicle-sized living spaces, individuals spend years in absolute physical isolation, focusing on digital screens, streaming alternative media, and building complex networks that never require face-to-face human contact. If an independent digital worker needs to secure basic necessities or imported tech gear, they use highly automated, contactless delivery systems that leave parcels outside their doors without a single word exchanged. This parallel digital existence moves entire lives and social circles completely out of the traditional public sphere, allowing a massive underclass to survive completely unnoticed by the rigid state systems that expect young citizens to conform to high-pressure corporate roles. But the most shocking mystery of this landscape extends far deeper than the hidden digital corners of the capital. Travel far away from the bullet train routes into the rugged, misty mountain ranges of the rural prefectures, and you will encounter a completely different world. Deep within these silent, forested valleys lie thousands of abandoned towns known as ghost villages. While official travel campaigns promote peaceful rural escapes and beautifully preserved mountain shrines, a stark, hollow reality operates parallel to the tourist trails. For generations, young people have permanently fled these isolated farming regions for the city, leaving behind entire neighborhoods of empty, decaying traditional houses that are quietly reclaiming by nature. These abandoned territories operate under a quiet, unspoken system of rural decay that is completely invisible to the average foreign traveler. They are populated only by a dwindling handful of elderly residents who live by their own quiet, ancestral codes, far away from the high-tech amenities of the city. In these remote communities, there are no open convenience stores, no local medical clinics, and no public transit systems left. A single landslide or major winter storm can cut a mountain village off from the rest of the world for weeks, forcing the remaining elders to rely entirely on ancient, localized survival techniques and community self-reliance to endure. This forgotten rural landscape stands as a silent monument to the country's demographic shift, a parallel world where the ultramodern future completely abandons the traditional past. On the city streets, the daily reality is strictly governed by a complex and deeply stratified social hierarchy that tourists are completely blind to. The public image presented to the world is one of absolute harmony, politeness, and equal opportunity for all. However, the high-pressure demands of the modern corporate structure have quietly divided society into highly rigid emotional and economic classes. At the absolute top sit the legacy corporate executives, high-level administrative elites, and powerful real estate dynasts who control the hyper-expensive city centers. Below them is the struggling urban middle class, while a vast number of gig workers, temporary laborers, and isolated youth are relegated to the lower tier, working exhausting hours in the dark corners of the service industry. The rules of daily survival are applied entirely based on where you land on this social ladder. A wealthy corporate elite or influential family member can easily navigate the city in high-end luxury imports, utilizing private, exclusive clubs and high-end high-rise residences that screen out the chaotic noise of the streets below. Meanwhile, an ordinary worker trying to survive the intense daily grind faces constant, silent pressure from societal expectations that demand absolute conformity, long unpaid hours, and total emotional suppression in the workplace. This is the real face of the landscape where hyper-advanced technology and devastating human isolation collide in absolute secrecy. The profound social division running through this landscape doesn't just end at the edge of the neon-lit concrete jungles, it shapes the very survival of the entire country. While official media channels broadcast beautiful, cinematic footage of traditional tea ceremonies, pristine gardens, and high-spending tourists visiting mountain shrines, a massive, hidden network of informal survival and alternative support runs completely in the dark. The true lifeblood of the city's hidden working class is the immense shadow market of unregulated overnight stays, gig work platforms, and decentralized cash-in-hand labor that keeps millions of marginalized citizens afloat. Every single night, thousands of struggling individuals seek shelter not in hotels or apartments, but in cramped internet cafes and 24-hour video booths, operating entirely on unwritten agreements and local neighborhood codes known only to those on the fringes. This massive alternative system operates quietly, creating a parallel infrastructure that the central city planners cannot easily regulate because the local service economy quietly relies on this cheap, flexible workforce to keep functioning. To see exactly where the wealth of the legacy corporate and real estate elite goes, you have to look closely at the hidden luxury real estate boom transforming the exclusive pockets of the major cities. In secluded, highly guarded districts of Tokyo and Kyoto, massive private estates and high-rise penthouses tower over the crowded streets below. These ostentatious properties feature cutting-edge automated security systems, private interior gardens, and secure basement levels designed for absolute privacy. On paper, the individuals who acquire these high-value estates maintain a remarkably modest, quiet public profile to avoid drawing societal envy. In reality, they are the main beneficiaries of the country's vast corporate holdings and land developments. They use physical property and ultra-luxury developments to secure their wealth completely outside the public, storing and multiplying their fortunes in a country where land and prime urban real estate remain the ultimate symbols of permanent power. But the most tightly guarded secret in this highly disciplined society is the hidden network of private mental health retreats and secret emotional counseling services operating completely behind closed doors. Because seeking help for mental health or emotional distress carries a heavy social stigma in traditional circles, a highly lucrative, completely confidential private market has emerged. Wealthy families do not use public, state-monitored medical systems. Instead, they access highly exclusive, secluded mountain retreats and anonymous online therapy networks staffed by specialized counselors operating in absolute secrecy. In these hidden spaces, high-end therapeutic care and private counseling are traded exclusively through secure digital payments or untraceable transactions, ensuring that the elite can address their personal struggles without risking their public reputation, while ordinary citizens are left to suffer in silence under intense societal pressure. At the exact same time, an entirely separate set of rules governs the preservation of personal status and family influence across the country. While ordinary citizens face constant monitoring, intense public scrutiny, and strict municipal enforcement for the minor deviations in waste disposal, noise levels, or public behavior, the elite class navigates the landscape with complete, fluid ease. High-end luxury vehicles, backed by exclusive corporate decals and private driver services, pass through the city's heavily monitored transit zones and restricted areas without a single delay or inspection, simply because the occupants possess the correct legacy administrative or corporate credentials. This creates a parallel reality where the rigid, unforgiving social codes enforced on the general population completely dissolve the moment a high-value corporate asset or an influential figure enters the frame. The ultimate control of this landscape rests in a fascinating balance between the hypermodern tech planners running the digital grids of the megacities and the ancient, deeply rooted cultural authorities who manage the local shrines and historical lands. The modern corporate elite manage the daily economic flow and digital infrastructure, while the traditional guardians of ancestral heritage preserve local laws, land rights, and family registries that have outlasted centuries of global change. These two distinct worlds coexist in a silent, unspoken partnership, providing the actual stability that keeps the communities organized and the markets functioning, while keeping their deepest human crises completely hidden from the foreign tourist gaze. If you want to understand the true mechanics of how this hidden world operates, from the fading ghost villages to the silent pressure of the megacities, we have a whole second chapter ready to drop. If you want to see part 3, hit that 15K like goal on this video right now to unlock the next chapter. And if you are ready to see more unbelievable realities caught on camera that they never wanted you to witness, click right now on the next video appearing on your screen to dive straight into the next documentary.